Hey, I'm Joel Wanasek with URM Academy, and today we are going to unbox August 2023's Double Nail the Mix. We got the legendary Buster Odahome coming back to mix some heavy-ass songs. We got Humanity's Last Breath, and we got Throne on. Let's get started. All right, the first song I've got up here is Labyrinthian with Humanity's Last Breath. Let's have a listen to this. Now, there's about 57 tracks in this, and it does come with shell MIDI. I also have DI guitars and bass, which I've just thrown some Sims on so we can hear what it sounds like. So let's have a listen to this brutal, sick song. All right, this is definitely going to be a fun one to mix if you like heavy music for sure. Let's take a look at some of these tracks here. So, okay, we'll start off with the guitars because I'm biased and I'm a guitar player, and you know, it's the coolest thing for me to unbox is a guitar. So let's take a look. We got some DIs. Let's hear his DIs raw. Those are tuned solo. It's just ridiculous. All right, now let me throw, I just literally grabbed like the stock Gojira amp sim here from Neural and threw this on. Let's hear what this sounds like. It's so sick. One thing I think is going to be a challenge for you in a band like this is tuned solo. Like, I don't know if they're like an 8 or 7 or 9 string guitars or whatever, but I mean, this is like so low that getting like a really thick, punchy bottom end in a mix like this is really a lot of work. It's definitely going to challenge you. And I like these mix sessions where you just get DIs because it forces you to sit down and to try to beat the guitar tones the mixer's got, which is really, really good practice and really good experience. So we've got a pair of rhythm guitars. We checked that out. We got some lead. Let's check these out real quick and see what these are all about. And again, I just threw on a crunchy amp here just to see what's up. So it gives you an opportunity here to do some sound design and come up with your own type of sound. So that's what our guitars sound like. We've got some bass. Let's see. The guitars are so low, I can't even imagine how low the bass is going to be. We got a DI. I like that the bass is in like the higher octave, you know what I mean? It's not just all super like low string destruction. It's cool. You got some cool like volume envelope stuff baked into that. So you can pretty much get your own tone going. I do see a doubled bass here. Here, let's check this out. So it looks like this bass is triple tracked, and I'm assuming he's got this panned left and right here. That's what I've done to mine. Let's hear it. Do like a stereo bass effect on that. This sounds great. These are like really, really well recorded. I mean, I'd expect nothing less. Okay, let's take a look at our drum sound. So we're gonna just solo this out. Let's hear it. Raw drums sound fantastic. Let's take a look at our kick in. Very clean signal to bleed ratio. Kick out sounds great. Snare top and bottom. Great sounding snare. Yeah, these drums are insanely well recorded. Everything sounds great. All right, the toms are clean. We've got some hats, some ride. course, I click on the one part of the song that has neither of them, but I'll take my own word for it that I'm sure they sound like they're mic'd pretty good. Overheads. And then we have an overhead 2. Let's check that out. Bit of a different sound. And then we have a room. Mid-size room. Sounds really good. Okay, if we throw all that together again, let's check it out. Like I said, I think the hardest part of a mix like this is really getting that bottom end to be super tight. I mean, it is, when anything is tuned this low, it is just a crazy challenge. And it's a lot of fun as a mixer. You know, I always like to be challenged. It's like boring when a song is too easy to mix. You always want to, you want to work for it a little bit. It's more rewarding. Okay, let's check out some of the post-production. I'm just going to solo up all of these tracks here and see what's going on. A lot of risers, substance, and gunshots and stuff like that. Big crack and snares. Okay, so that seems pretty straight forward for post. Let's take a look at the vocals. They really don't look like they're compressed in because you can see, but I think he's maybe normalized some of these vocals because you can see kind of some of the peaks are. I mean, he might have like a gentle like limiter on it or something on the way in, just tapping it down a little bit, but some of these things look compressed like this and then others don't. So I'm assuming that maybe some of it was compressed on the way in just a little bit, but nothing too serious. Vocals sound ridiculously sick. Like a delay track down here. This band is so heavy, it's ridiculous. And Buster is just absolutely the master of mixing this type of stuff. So I really look forward to seeing how he's going to handle this. All right, let's move on to the next song. All right, the next song we got here on our doubleheader this month is the song Guilt by the band Throwin', also super heavy. This is a pretty cool, groovy song. I think this is going to be also a lot of fun to mix. So there's some unique challenges in this one. The first thing is that you've been given a bunch of MIDI for drums. The drums are programmed in this. You have DIs, again, in this for the guitars and the bass. You can design your own tone. So that's going to be a challenge to basically, you have to act as a de facto producer. You're not just mixing it. There is a drum map that is provided here from the MIDI, and you're going to have to decipher that. So I kind of just ripped it into Drumforge Bergstrand here. And I think it looks like he did the cymbals. He has some GGD, and I don't know exactly what this was programmed in, but the MIDI map comes with the session. So you can, I just dropped it in a text and kind of move some things around. So I did it quickly. So hopefully I've got the right cymbals in the right spots, but you know, whatever, we'll figure that later. So let's have a listen to this.
I can't forgive myself for the things I've done. It's like everybody's dishing on me. I've let it to this point. Yes, it's all my fault that I've run into a bad I hate. And I'm all alone. He on me. There's a testing guilt that's making me rusty. And I can't see to escape my reality. Give me a break. I've had enough of what the fuck you wanted. And nothing coming to game. To come up faster than I don't make stupid shit. Trying to watch me.
I like that this session's a little bit more straightforward. I mean, you've got like, what, 24 tracks or so of audio, it looks like. And there's some different challenges in this from the other song, though. Like I said, you know, you've got the MIDI drums here. So you've got to craft a drum sound. You got to map it and remap it, which is actually a very, very good skill to learn as a mixer, because in my world, where all I do is mix songs for many years now, I can't tell you how many times somebody sent me MIDI drums into mix and they're in this program or that program mapping, and like you always got to convert it. It's part of like my everyday life almost as a mixer, especially if you're doing heavy music. So it's a great skill for you to practice here and learn. So I'm so glad that this was turned in this way, because it forces you to work that way and to, you know, spend the time to solve that problem, which will happen to you if you do this professionally in your career a lot. Let's dive into the guitars here. here. We've got 2 guitars. They're DIs. Again, I just loaded the same amp sim I did last time just so I can hear what it sounds like. Here's the DI by itself. It's always fun to listen to DIs and then hear what it sounds like coming through the sim. So the guitar sounds super sick, very well played. The bass. A lot of transient in that. I bet that's going to hit at a distorted amp sim very, very well. The drums are programmed, so you know I'm not going to play too much. I just literally loaded whatever. Your drums are going to sound radically different than that, so there's no point in playing it. We do have a lead over here. Let's check this out. I didn't throw anything on that, but that's just a tremolo. Okay, let's see what we got here. I think I threw something on the guitar. Love the whammy octave thing. All right, our post-production is pretty straightforward. We've got some sub here. Let's check out the boom. Yeah, we've got some impact, some reverse reverb, so not much going on. There's a lot of vocals in this song, though, so let's check out the vocal production and see what this sounds like.
I can't forgive myself for the things I've done. It's like every bad decision I made has led me to this point. Guess it's all my fault that I grown into a man I am.
That's some damn powerful vocals. It sounds super sick. I like the groove of this song. All right, what's this down here? So we got some cool like effect. And another effect over here. So yeah, this song is pretty straightforward. You know, there's not a lot of post in it. There's not a lot of like layers. It's just more of like a just straightforward kicking ass beat down kind of song. It's super heavy. So each one of these songs is going to give you unique challenges. Like I said, I cannot wait to watch Buster do this because he is just the master of this type of stuff. And it's always a pleasure watching him work and how he does it. And his in the box workflow is just, you know, the best of the best. If you're not familiar with Nail the Mix, aside from downloading these sessions, getting the mix of song, getting to participate in a wonderful mixing competition and all that stuff, let me take you to the site and show you all the really cool stuff that's included in your Nail the Mix subscription that you get, because you don't just get 1 song or 2 songs this month. You get a whole bunch more that you may not be aware about. So let's head over there. So when you sign up for Nail the Mix and you head over to your URM account and you log in, there's some really awesome things that are included in your subscription that you may not be aware of. So let's take a look here at the first. Not only going to get to mix Humanity's Last Breath and Throne this month, but if we head on over to Portfolio Builder, we have access to a massive library of songs that you can mix. You got 36 of them from everything from death metal, like we got some Doth in here, to alt rock, to pop, to everything and anything in between. We even got new metal on here. So there's all kinds of different songs that you can use, practice mixing with, and put in your portfolio if you want to, if you're trying to get clientele, if you're doing this professionally or semi-professionally or aspiring to be a professional. So that's all included. We also have what's called the Mix Lab. And Mix Lab is super cool because it's a bunch of bite-sized, like 5 to 10 minute videos on very specific topics. For example, if you want to just dive into some guitar stuff, if we just pop over here and click the guitar sort, boom, you know, here's guitar performance, or, you know, guitar editing, your DIs and stuff like that, you know, tone building, things like that. So we're always adding up tons of mix labs. We got 168 of them as to the date of me filming this, and we are just doing them all the time, you know, understanding how to use soothe on guitars, you know, etc. So we have all these really, really fantastic bite-sized clips where you can come in, you can learn specific things from absolute top pros. So all of that is included in your Nail the Mix subscription when you sign up for Nail the Mix. And we've also added something cool here in the last month. You also, if you're a guitar player, come over here. You have access to all of the riff hard stuff, which is the best place to learn how to do metal guitar. We have all these insanely awesome, incredible instructors. You can see we've got Zach Wild and Tom Quayle and Spiro and Raphael Trujillo. I mean, there's just so many, Kevin Thrasher, Jack Gardner, Dave Davidson, like all these, Dan Sugarman, just incredible guitar players teaching you, all types of stuff, techniques, warm-ups, riff dissections, things like that. So that's included. If you're not a guitar player, I guess don't worry so much about that, but you probably definitely want to learn how to play a little bit of guitar if you're going to record metal music. So that's included in your subscription now to a little nice surprise bonus we added last month. On top of that, if you want to really, really, really get serious about mixing and your audio production skills and take them up to the next level, being part of Nail the Mix is fantastic, but we have also Enhanced, and that's nailthemix.com/upgrade. For $1 on your first month, you can try Enhanced. And Enhanced includes a ton of stuff. You have the Fast Track Vault, which is the most comprehensive audio education anywhere on the internet. This is designed to take you from an absolute beginner to an absolute pro and everything in between. We have 69 of them right now. And these are absolute deep dives. So for example, in Nail the Mix, we might watch somebody mix a song from front to back. They come in and they mix it for, 6 hours. Well, we might only spend like 30 minutes talking about compression, where here, we have trainers where you can sit down for like 2 weeks and work on something and practice your EQ or, your balance or whatever. We have all these different things from like mixing fundamentals all the way to like niche things like, programming drums more realistically and et cetera. So there's like anything and everything you could ever think about. We have all this great filtering and search stuff over here you can flip through, but the Fast Track library is like I said, designed to take you from beginner all the way up and through the process. And it is just so deep. And if you want to learn, really, really learn this stuff, this is where you want to start with. So that's included in Enhanced. We also have one-on-ones with different people on our staff where you can come in and get advice. They want to listen to your mixes. They want to hear it. You want to get some career advice, whatever. You can sit down with somebody and get some advice from a pro. And the other thing that's also included in Enhanced is Mix Rescue, where basically we've got 55 of these today. We take one of your sessions, we open it up, and a pro remixes it. For example, like Dave Otero rips up your song, or George Lever, or myself, or anybody who does this for a living. We'll take one of your songs and show you how they can take your mix to the next level. So we've got 55 of those in there, and the people that watch Mix Rescue are really, really into it. They really, really love it. And there's just some absolute gold to discover in there. So all of that comes with your Enhanced membership. And, with an absolutely fantastic community. It's very beginner friendly. So if you come in and you ask beginner questions, no one's going to say bad stuff and insult and humiliate you. You're here to help. Everybody started at the beginning. In the URM community, you will find pros that are kicking out #1 charting songs all the time, all the way to people that just started recording yesterday, and everything in between. So we have this wonderful community where we just facilitate people together. We do meetups all over the world, things like that. It's a wonderful thing to be part of. We are here to help you. No question is a bad question, and it's just a super wonderful, positive place. So all that comes when you sign up for Nail the Mix over at nailthemix.com. I look forward to seeing you there, and enjoy mixing the double month here with Buster Odium.